All right, guys. I'm going to show you guys how to do question number 24 from the August 2022 Regents exam. And I'm going to show you how to use the calculator to answer this kind of question. This question almost always stumps my students. But when it's a multiple choice, there's a way to use your calculator to come up with the answer, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So please pay attention. A lot of this you guys already know how to do. You just have to combine some stuff. So it says, question number 24, it says, the volume of a trapezoidal prism can be found using the formula B equals 1/2 A times the quantity B plus C inside parentheses times the height, which is represented by H. Which equation is correctly solved for B? So basically what they want us to do is they want us to take this equation right here, and they want us to get B by itself and get all the other variables on the other side of the equation. Now, you should be able to do this algebraically, and I'm going to show you how to do it algebraically. But for now, I'm going to show you how to use the calculator to get this kind of question, especially when it's a multiple choice. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in numbers for everything on the right-hand side of the equation. So for the A, I'm going to put a 2 in for A. I'm going to put a 3 in for B. I'm going to put 4 in for C, and I'm going to put a 5 in for H. Now, I also need to come up with something for V, but I am going to use all of these numbers, and I'm going to use this formula, and I'm going to actually calculate V, and then I'm going to take that number that I calculated, and I'm going to store that into V. So watch, I'm going to bring up my calculator, and I'm going to do that. So let me get out of here. And let me go to the calculator. So I'm going to go to the calculate page, and then I'm going to do what I just said. I'm going to store 2 into control variable. I'm going to store that into A. Press enter. Then I'm going to store 3 into B. And then I'm going to store 4 into C. And then I'm going to store 5 into H. Where is H? Right here. Press enter. Now, I've stored all my variables. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these numbers, these variables, I'm going to use the formula that they gave us, and I'm going to actually calculate the volume. So let me show you again what the formula looks like. You can see it here. It's B equals 1/2 A times B plus C times H. So that's what I'm going to do. So right here, I'm going to type in control divide. Control divide. Wait. Control divide. So this is going to be 1/2. And then I'm going to do A. And then I'm going to do times, and I use parentheses, and this is going to be B plus C, B plus C. Whoops, that was, let me do control Z, get rid of that. I need C, so I'm going to put C here. And then I'm going to close the parentheses, and I'm going to times that by H, which is right here. Now, those numbers that I stored into those letters are going to be used to calculate this. Now, watch what I do. I'm going to do control store again, and what all of this stuff, when we multiply it out, I'm going to store that into the variable B. Bam, it's done. So I entered all those numbers, I calculated it, and the volume would be 35. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the question, to these questions, and I'm going to see if I key this stuff in, the whole equation, I should get a true statement. If I don't get a true statement, that means that this is something, it's not the right formula. So, so watch what I do. In fact, let me see what's the best way to do this. Okay, so the very first one that I'm going to do is I'm going to do B equals. So I'm going to say, let me move this over here. It's going to be B equals B over. So I'm going to go control divide. It's going to be B. Let me see. B over 2 times A times H. Let's see where H is. And then I'm going to add C to it, plus C. Now, if this is right, I should get a true statement. If it's not right, I'm going to get a false. So when I press enter, I get a false. So it says that it's not number 1. So now I'm going to go to number 2. So basically, I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to go in here, and I am going to delete this, and I'm going to put a minus because that was the only difference. And then I press it, and I get a false for that. So that's not right either. And so now what am I doing? I am, okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to choice 3. Let's see, I'm going to copy, which one? I'm going to go up here. I'm going to copy this. And then I'm just going to add a 2 here and delete this 2 down here. So it's 2 over V divided by 8 times H plus C. Now, if this is right, I get a true. If it's not, I get a false. And I've gotten a false. So now, so it says it's got to be the last one, but let me check it because I might have made a mistake. But we're going to put a minus here, press enter, and there you go. I get a true. So the answer for this one is number 4. So let me kind of go back through this because I want to make sure everyone kind of understands, because you can always use this. Where's my iPad? All right, so here's what I did. Basically, I want to find, I want to get B by itself. That's what all of these choices are. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I'm just going to store numbers for A, B, C, and H. That's what I did over here. And then I take all of these numbers and I use this formula and I calculate the value for B. Now, so basically, if I keyed in this equation using that calculated value, I should get a true statement. And if I rearrange that statement in the right way, I should get a true statement. But the fact that I got a false on the first one, a false on the second one, a false on the third one means that I didn't do the algebra right, which is why I got a false statement on all those. And this was the only one that basically says, if I move things from one side of the equation to the other side of the equation, and if I do it right, I should still have a true statement. And I did get a true statement. So this is the correct answer. So I hope that this has made sense, because this is a really powerful thing, because they like to give these kinds of questions. Most of the time they give it in the constructive response, but if they give it in the multiple choice, you guys should be able to get this. So, all right, let me put 35, because that's what we calculated. And once we put all of these in, we should always have a true statement. And that's basically all we're doing. So I'm going to stop this and post it.